Hi everyone, this is Matt with TrueBudget. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a custom purchase order. To get started, you'll want to press the Custom PO Builder button here. Now you can see we have a mostly blank sheet, as well as this menu in a separate window. Anytime you're in Builder mode on the Custom PO sheet, this window will be here. But don't worry, you can move it around the screen so it's not in your way. The first thing you'll want to do is design your PO just like you would in any other Excel file. If you have a PO form in a separate Excel file already, you can import that sheet into TrueBudget and save yourself a lot of time. For the sake of this video, that's what I'm going to do. So first, I'll open my PO template file, which is here. You can see it's fully designed and even has a logo. Now I'll go back to my Custom PO Builder menu and press the Import Sheet button. Since my PO template is the only other Excel file I have open, TrueBudget already knows that this is the file I want to import. And since this file only has one worksheet, it places the name of that worksheet here. If you have other Excel files open, you'll have to select the file you want from this drop-down menu. And if your Excel file has more than one worksheet, you'll have to select the sheet you want in this drop-down menu. Now I'll enter the column letter and row number for the top leftmost cell of the sheet, and also the bottom rightmost cell of the sheet. In this case, the top left cell is A1, and the bottom right cell is P48. As you can see, the PO template has been imported into TrueBudget. So now I'll close my PO template file. And I'm going to move my Builder window to the other side of the screen. Before you do anything else, it's important to make sure that your PO is formatted exactly the way you want it. Font size, cell background color, formulas in certain cells. Make sure all of that is set before moving forward with the next step. Once that's done, the next thing I suggest is to place the void image and the paid image where you want them if you're going to be using them. I'll click the void image button, and then I'll click on the image itself and move it where I want it. That looks good there. Now I'll click the void image button again, and it will disappear. I'll repeat the same steps for the paid image. Once that's done, the next thing I'll do is assign the cells based on the information they contain. Let's do the first four that are listed here on the General tab. First is the PO number. I'll select the cell where the PO number goes, and then I'll press the PO number button. You'll see it places the address of the cell in the text box next to the button, and it also places some text in the cell itself. Now I'll do the same for the vendor name. And then the date, and finally the pay ID. Next, we'll move down to the main part of the PO. Here we'll need to assign every cell that holds a line number, a quantity, a description, a unit price, and a total. Since quantity is the first column on this particular PO template, we'll start with it. There are 20 buttons on this tab. You can only see 10 of them right now, but if I scroll down, you can see the rest. This means you can have no more than 20 rows on your PO. I'll start with quantity 1. I'll select the cell first, then I'll press the quantity 1 button. Now I'll need to repeat this for all the other quantity cells on the sheet. For the sake of time, I'll jump ahead to where that's all done. Okay, next is description. I'll click the description tab, and I'll repeat the same process as I did for quantity. And let's jump ahead again. Now we still need to do the columns with the line number, the unit cost, and total. I'm going to skip ahead again with the line number and unit cost cells all filled out. For the total cells, those work a little bit differently. You'll notice that the total cells are now displaying an error. This is because I have a formula in them, and right now the formula can't work because of the text appearing in the other cells. This is normal and won't be an issue when I'm actually inputting information into my PO. Because the total cells may contain a formula, when you assign the total cells, it will change the color of the cells instead of writing text into them. I'll do total 1. As you can see, the cell address is written here, and the color of the cell itself is different. Okay, let's skip ahead again. Now, all my total cells are assigned. The last thing we need to do is assign any other cell where we'll want to input information when we're filling out the PO. To do that, I'll go back to the General tab. We're going to use this button here labeled Text. For text, I can select multiple cells at the same time to assign them. I'll do that for some of the vendor information. Now I'll jump ahead to where I've done this for the rest of my PO. Okay, there's one last thing I want to show you. If you have areas on your PO for things like the job name and number, you can pull that information directly from the cost summary sheet. To do that, you'll need to use formulas. Here's what the formulas would look like. I'll also post these in the description area of this video on YouTube, so you can simply copy them from there. Okay, I've got those two formulas now plugged in, and that means I'm finished creating my PO. All that's left to do is to press the Finalize button here. In order to start using my new PO, I need to click on the Options button and change the PO format from Standard to Custom. Now, I'll put in a PO number here, and I'll click Open PO. And here's my PO all ready to go. I would fill it out just like I would the standard PO form, and when I'm finished, I'd click the Save button. And that's how to create a custom purchase order in TrueBudget.